Hello, this is Faith at Faith and Books. I'm doing another garden video because I want to see if I can remember how to upload properly. My daughter, who showed me, is going to London for a week. She's leaving this evening. And so before she goes, I want to make sure I remember. But also, I thought I'd show you this part of our yard, which I seldom show you. This is our little wilderness patch. See all this? This is behind the house. And it is covered with this Japanese honeysuckle. You can see up there. This is all mostly this Japanese honeysuckle and this oriental bittersweet. And these are terribly harmful invasive species that are basically killing our trees in this area. We're losing, like in the next 10-20 years, we're going to lose so much tree cover because of these invasive species. You can just see, I don't know if you can you see all that? See those vines? So I gotta cut these down. We gotta cut these down because it's actually getting dangerous. The trees, I guess it's climate change. The wind is picking up. We get a lot of wind, a lot more extreme weather, and the trees at the same time, the trees are really weakened by these invasive species, so they're falling. And once a tree falls, once you lose the forest, the whole ecosystem changes. So it's not a good situation, and it just breaks my heart that I've let this whole area of our yard, which we basically ignore, and we just saw it as sort of a happy wilderness place where, animals could frolic and be free. Behind, you see the fence up there? That's the fence. That's my house. So beyond the fence is the garden, and then this is this hill that leads down to this stream down here, and then out to the pond. I don't know if you can see the pond out there. See? So this is the end of our property. Our property ends at the stream here. And I don't even know if this whole path is actually our property, but nobody else does anything with it. So we actually made this path. There was a little bit of like a deer run. But when we moved in, we said, you know what, we want to be able to get down to that pond. When we first moved in, this area back here wasn't full of these ugly McMansions, which I don't know if you can see them now. It was an orchard, and this pond was smaller. You can't really see it because the greenery is grown up, which is nice. You can see puddles because we had two tremendous storms yesterday that came through. We didn't get the worst of it. We didn't get all the hail that other people did. Anyway, so it's quite discouraging to me. We need to cut down these Amur or Japanese honeysuckle and replace them with native plants. We need to, first thing is to get rid of all the vines growing up the tree. See all that greenery growing up the trunk of that tree? That's oriental bittersweet. And it's gonna kill that tree, and that tree will fall right on my house. See how it's leaning? And there's the house. Yeah, not a good thing. But we have to take care of this. And I'm determined to do it this summer. We are going to just tackle this thing right now. This oriental bittersweet is just so invasive. There it is again. It just pushes out all the native plants, and it doesn't support any of the ecosystem. It doesn't support the other life in the ecosystem, or very, very poorly. So yeah, we're really, it's a bad situation right now. So see, there it is again. All that, it's like this. I'm having nightmares about these evil tendrils. Look at them all just spiking up. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy this year. Anyway, here's my very junky part. That bucket got blown over. Got to clean this whole area up. That's all invasive too. That's my neighbor's yard. That swing set is actually in their yard. And so if I come up here, this is the little path. Well, here's a fort that my my husband and my older kids built, and it is the most sturdy thing ever. So anyway, and then we come up this path. This is where our official garden starts, and this is mostly it's a food forest. It's supposed to be a food forest. So we've got chestnuts and hazelnuts, and then we have a lot of plants, a guild of plants that work together and build the soil and support pollinators. So we have the comfrey, and we have the false blue indigo, and we have the daffodils, and we've got yarrow. So we've got all these great supportive plants. And then I think this is like a cherry tree. I cannot remember what we did here because we've had trouble growing plants right here. And I think it's because we've got black walnut in the area. And there's just something about this area that it took a while. This is getting eaten up. See that? I think this is a cherry, but it used to. I thought we had planted plum. So, because the guy who plants, we kept having to sort of makeshift. The original trees had died. I forget what I told him, and then he'll just show up one day and do something, and I'll be like, and he may or may not have correctly remembered what I had told him to do. I don't know. So anyway, so those trees, let's see, these I think are more chokeberries. I don't understand why they're surrounded by this, because chokeberries are deer resistant. So I don't get this. There's a lot about this particular garden that really puzzles me. We had a tree that died, so that's the problem we're having. See this tree? We're just having trouble keeping trees alive over here, these fruit trees. And then here's our apple, and our apples seem to be successful, or they're not being successful, but this year seems more successful. Look, there's something really growing, but we also seem to have scale. See that? That's scale. And I've been trying to treat it, and today I'm going to try and treat it with neem oil, I think. But I'll do that. You're not supposed to spray. It's going to be a sunny day, and you're not supposed to expose the plant to sunlight after you spray, so I'll have to do it this evening. Hopefully I'll remember. I've been putting soap on and just knocking this stuff off. See? But it gets they just suck the sap, and it starts to rot out the branch there. So, and it's in other parts of that tree, and that's sad because we really want these apples. We're so excited. My husband really, really wants to grow apples. This isn't showing anything, so maybe that's the male tree, and then here is green apples. See? And they're actually starting to grow. This one looks healthy. It doesn't seem to have any scale on it. So I think we just have a little bit of a problem over there, and we need to deal with it as quickly as possible. So, and then all these plants here, I forget what this is. Is it some kind of goldenrod or something? These are pollinator supporters. And all of these are. This is Virginia Sweet Spire. And there's my phone just runs out of charge like crazy. It's not holding its charge. Anyway, there's my beautiful ferns. Ferns are so interesting to me because I don't think they've quite figured out where they fit in the ecology of the forest, and yet they've been around, since the dinosaurs. So, but you never hear about them. They're native plants, but they don't seem to be pollinator supporters. I guess because they evolved before the pollinators. Oh, look at these blueberries. They're starting to get blue. Oh man, I gotta put more scare tape out. Trying to deal with predators in a natural way. Oops. Trying to get this out. Yeah. I'm gonna put more scare tape. And we got this thing. I have a few more to put around, but this is supposed to keep rabbits and steer away. I think it's just got like blood in it, and dried blood, and it emits the odor that we can't really smell, but the animals can. And hopefully it'll keep the deer and the rabbits away, but not the birds. It's not going to scare off the birds, I don't think. So I think what I really need is some kind of a scarecrow. I put up an owl and it fell like 2 days after I put it up. One of those plastic owls with like a moving head, and it fell and broke. Or maybe one of the kids playing with it, I never know. There's a bunch of rather destructive kids around here. But anyway, so this is my little side garden, and it's just a little bit of a food forest. So that there's the pawpaw tree. Hey, pawpaw tree, are you sending out any fruit yet? No, not yet. But look at the beautiful mushrooms here. Look at all these mushrooms. I wonder what kind they are. I'd like to study mushrooms and figure out what they are. Look at them. So that's a good sign. It means your soil is really living. It means you've got a lot of, what do they call it, mycorrhizal activity going on. Oh, look, the foam flower. My foam flower is blooming. Little teeny tiny blooms. What is this? There's trash here. I don't even know what it's from. We had a little garter snake living in here. Don't know where he is. Where'd he go? It's just 6 o'clock in the morning, or a little after, so it's still chilly. Too early for a snake to be up. Anyway, so that's it. That's my mess of a garden. I can't wait to clean it up and get it a little more organized. It's just trying to fit everything in at the same time that I happen to have energy to do it. That's the problem. Okay. Oh, and these are my new stepping stones. I had them at the garden at my church, but we replaced those with the mosaic stepping stones that the kids made at the school. So now I've got my little walkway back. All right. I've been babbling for 12 minutes, so I'm going to shut up now. And hopefully I'll be able to upload this. And I do promise that one day I will once again talk about books. Okay, bye.